Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you guys are all well. I do want to take a quick second to remind everybody that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Leo out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Please keep in mind the energies may reverse. So if it's resonating, Leo, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. Oof. A little chaotic energy there, Leo. That's interesting because my cards today have been rather tame, you know, but there's definitely some chaotic energy going on. All right, give me 1 second. One of your cards fell. All right, you have Justice in reverse. Very interesting because Aries had the same card in the same position. If you've got strong Aries placements, you might want to check that reading. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and coming out together is the Magician reversed along with the Star card. So I can see that you're overcoming emotionally some sort of a karmic cycle or a karmic lesson here. It has to do with an imbalance in a relationship. If I remember correctly, Aries also was overcoming something karmic. So definitely check that reading if you have any kind of Aries placement or you're dealing with an Aries. I do see that something here didn't manifest the way you wanted it to. You were very hopeful about it, and you're still hopeful. That's the thing. You are still hopeful that what you're looking for is going to manifest. But right now, it does look like there is a bit of imbalance. For some of you, there could be some sort of a legal issue that you're dealing with. With the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, it could have to do with money. But I feel like you're kind of not investing. You're impatient for this, for something here to manifest. I do feel like you're very hopeful about it, but it hasn't quite happened yet. It hasn't quite come through. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right, the person in your energy, we have the Two of Swords reversed. We have the Sun in reverse. You could be dealing with another Leo. And we have the Two of Wands. All right, so the person that's in your energy, they could be kind of going back and forth a little bit about some sort of a decision. I do feel like this person might be kind of blaming you for something. They could be unhappy about a decision that you made or a decision that they're having to make. They seem to be some sort of unhappiness or possibly lack of clarity here. This person is making plans for something, so we'll clarify that. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. Okay, that's... All right, Five of Pentacles reversed and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, this person may have had options here, and you don't want to be involved in a situation where you're an option. I'm also seeing that at some point you felt rejected or abandoned by this person. That's the injustice that I'm seeing here. There was a great loss, but it looks as if you have reconciled again. And this person has made a choice, but there's confusion still in their energy. I do feel like this person does love you. I'm seeing a reconciliation, but there's something about options or confusion that's making you feel a little put out. You're feeling like you're not being treated properly. Let me see, show me what is affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection. I don't know what is going on here. Like, the cards have been so basically gentle, and now all of a sudden they're just chaotic. Show me what's affecting this connection for Leo. Judgment. It's the reconciliation. It's a reconciliation that is affecting the connection. You may be questioning if you've made a good judgment call. And there's a lack of clarity that the person you're dealing with is experiencing. There's some sort of confusion. So I see that they've made the choice to reconcile, and yet it looks like there's confusion here. They might not be completely transparent with you. There could be other options that are at play that you're unaware of. So if you're feeling that, you might be saying, you know, I hope I made the right call here, but I feel like you're kind of reserved. You're kind of holding back. You're not fully investing. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. 7 of Wands. Yeah, defensive energy here. So this person is defensive about, you know, a decision that they've made. A decision that they were not completely transparent about. And you want to fight for the connection, but it hasn't completely manifested, or it's not manifested the way you want it to. I do feel like you want to heal this connection, though. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. This is underlying energy. It does indicate communication, but it also indicates that there could be something that has been on and off. It's been inconsistent, perhaps, or that this person that you're dealing with could be a little bit of a player, or at least you might be questioning that. So let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is justice in reverse? Why is justice in reverse for Leo? All right, Knight of Wands reversed and the Chariot. Yeah, you might even be considering moving on from this. If you find out that this person has been a player, you might move on from this. I see forward movement taking place here that you're not talking about. I feel like you moved forward with this person. There were some things that weren't discussed, things that weren't talked about. And I feel like you might feel that it should have been discussed. It should have been talked about. It almost makes me wonder if this person has options that they weren't clear about. Possibly another Leo or a Libra. I do see that the decision was made to reconcile. But there's something here that wasn't openly discussed, and it's going to be. Let me see the 7 of Pentacles reversed. Leo, are you wondering if you went too quickly into a reconciliation? Show me what's affecting Leo with the 7 of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Cups reversed. And the Page of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there's a heck of a lot that's not being talked about or discussed. And until it is, I feel like you're going to be holding back. Yeah, you're not completely investing in this. You're holding back your feelings and emotions. You're holding back communication. Yeah. And there needs to be some forward movement with that. Let me look at the bottom energy for Leo. Show me the bottom energy for Leo. You may feel that you're dealing with somebody who is a bit immature. 7 of Swords. Ouch. Okay. 3 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so that's a painful situation, and it is attached directly to what's not being talked about, what's not being discussed. This person may have had a choice between you and someone else. They may not have been very clear about it. you went into a reconciliation perhaps with them, thinking that that was over. It was a done deal. And it looks like perhaps there could have been, you know, this person may have decided else to put their attention elsewhere. I'm seeing that there's a very painful situation leading to a lack of cooperation. There's deceit here. There's the idea that it was supposed to be a solid foundation with a reconciliation, but it wasn't solid because, and it didn't manifest correctly because this person was being deceitful, and it's heartbreaking. It's hurt you, and it looks like it's third party energy. I don't know if you have found out that this person that you were moving into reconciliation with, that maybe you found out this person is either talking to or seeing someone else. But there's definitely, you don't trust it. You feel like you're doing everything you can to heal this connection, but it's not manifesting properly because of the deception with third-party energy. Let me look at this person's energy. Why is the Two of Swords in reverse for the person in Leo's energy? King of Wands, you might be dealing with a Aries. There's very strong Leo energy here, or Sagittarian energy. And then the Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, this person is, they had a decision to make between you and possibly a third party. They had options. And I do feel like this person made the decision to move forward into a reconciliation with you. However, there was still some confusion about this other person. And this person can treat you very disrespectfully at times. This is why you're feeling a sense of injustice. It's like they don't see what you're bringing to the table. You went headlong into this and quickly into this reconciliation here, and yet this person is not really honoring what you're bringing to the table, because they're either focused very much on the past, a past that they had with you, or they're focused, so they might be focusing on past problems, I don't know, or they're focused possibly on a third party. I do see that they did make the decision for the reconciliation though. So let's see the Sun in reverse. Okay, Five of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. You might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Yeah, so this person, I do feel like there's a lot of conflict here. And this person is blaming you for the conflict, which is bizarre because they're the one who's confused. You moved directly into this. I do feel that they were conflicted. They didn't quite know what to do. And I believe that they made the decision to move forward with you. Now be careful, because for some of you it could have had to do with finances or money. But I do feel that this person may be putting you in competition with someone else and not being completely clear. I don't like what I'm getting. Let me see the Two of Wands. Let me see the Two of Wands, because the way it's looking is there's conflict that is coming because this person is literally creating the conflict and then blaming it on you. And it's their way of deflecting from, you know, things that they have hidden from you. Possibly even options. Why is the Two of Wands here? Page of Cups reversed and the Empress in reverse. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is this person is being difficult to deal with. They're approaching things from a poverty mindset, and they do have feelings for you, don't get me wrong, but they are, you know, holding back on the feelings. There's something here that they're planning, and I do feel like they come from like this poverty mindset. This person is very insecure, Leo. There's a deep sense of insecurity that is, it almost feels like they are insecure about loss, about not having love or nurturance in their life. So, yeah, they don't know their value. They don't know their self-worth. That's a shame. And it does look like it's going to create conflict, but then they're going to turn around and blame the conflict on you when they're the one that's bringing it in. Let me look at the energy. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. You might be dealing with a Libra, or very strong Taurus energy is here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. Okay, there you are, stepping into your power. Queen of Wands. Very nice. You have the Nine of Cups reversed, and you have the King of Swords. So, Leo, I do see you stepping into your power. This person, you feel like this person is your counterpart. And I would have to agree, because we do have the King and Queen of Wands in the upright. This is a very passionate connection, especially on the physical level. However, the person you're dealing with, they could have some sort of substance abuse problem, or possibly alcohol problem. I do see you taking action. You decided that this would be, a good decision. You may have moved too quickly, and you may be questioning your decision now, because there's something here that is happening that you really do not like. That being said, I do see you stepping into your power, which is very positive. Now, this person that's in your energy, I do feel like this person has a difficult time dealing with their feelings and emotions. This is somebody who might be good with things that are grounded, like money and providing and that kind of thing. They're better with their thoughts than they are with their feelings. And so they can come across as actually rather rude. Now, do they have passion for you? They absolutely do. And they also do have feelings for you, but they tend to hold their feelings back. I do see this person, getting the clarity that they need, and they made the decision to move into this connection, but there were still options that were here that they were considering. What I do like is that the King of Swords is very honest and very direct. And so we have the King of Swords being very honest and direct with the Queen of Wands, which I do like. So let me see Judgment. Show me Judgment. I feel like this person does work very hard. There's a need for them to pour into themselves and to do some self-care. All right, Seven of Wands. That's it, also in your outcome, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, so you're very defensive and you're holding your energy back here. You're not going to fully invest in this until you know that this person, that this is a solid reconciliation, that this person is not engaging in third-party energy. It's like you're sensing that this person is not being completely clear with you about things. And so I do see conflict happening. They're going to create the conflict, blame it on you. You're going to be defensive about that, and that causes you to pull back and not fully invest in the connection, not really wanting to invest in this. So I can understand why. You may also feel like, there are other people that are saying, look, what's the problem, Leo? So you may feel like you're fighting battles on different fronts here as well. With the Three of Cups, you do make this person happy. I can see that. They see you as being very stable. Let me look at your outcome. Show me the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're going to fight for this relationship, though, because you want to heal this, and you're hopeful that it can be healed, But it may not be manifesting completely the way you want it to right now. So let me see. All right. We have the Four of Swords. We have Judgment again. And then we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're not giving up on this person. Oh, look at that, something hidden. I don't see you giving up on this person. I do see that you're looking for a transformation here. You do feel that this person is being very uncooperative, and I would have to agree. But you haven't, and you feel that they're being deceptive as well, possibly with regards to a third party. You're checking to see, is that over? Is that done? Has this person ended that situation? And I do feel like if they don't, if it doesn't manifest, you will, because you're in your power, you will end it and you will pull away from this person. And Leo, I have to say that if this doesn't manifest in a positive way, I feel like it's going to be the end of this. Like, you're not going to go back and forth with this person anymore. I feel like there has been some going back and forth. So you're basically saying, I haven't given up on this situation. I've been fighting for the situation. I've been fighting for this connection. And if you're going to keep a third party, if you're going to keep, hiding things from me, if you're not going to be open and loving, then, I'm going to end it. And when I end it, I'm ending it for good. So it'll be like a final judgment, You're going to fight until you decide that it's not going to manifest properly, and at that point it's going to be done. So I definitely feel you're still in the I'm going to fight for the connection, but in the back of your mind, if you do feel that it has to end, you're ending it for good, and you will cut this person off completely. Now, in their energy, I don't feel like they're moving towards a third party. I do feel like this person does choose you, but I also feel that they're not very nurturing, and it does feel like it's because they're not comfortable with their own feelings. So I feel like this person does want to work out the problems with you. They do want to, be reconciled with you, but they can, I hate to say it like this, but they can just be a little bit of an ass. And it comes from insecurity. It comes from being uncomfortable with their own feelings. So yeah, I don't feel that this person is going to move towards a third party. There could be an opportunity for that, but I don't feel that they're going to do that. I do feel like they're moving towards you. And they do want to resolve the issues between the two of you. So I don't think that your faith in fighting for this connection is misplaced, but I do think that this person can be a little bit difficult to deal with, and you need to decide if you're okay with that. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups in the reverse, and that is underlying energy. And it does tell me a couple of things. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer, but what it tells me is that you're going to be talking to this person. This is going to be a conversation that's going to be had about this person's lack of emotional response. Why is it always got to be physical? Why is it always got to be the passion? Why are you uncomfortable with your feelings? Can you be a little bit more nurturing? It also tells me that if you are perceiving this to be an on and off kind of situation, you're going to pull your emotions back sharply as well, which you have already done here, but even more so. And I do feel that you will build a wall around your heart, because it's like you're at a crossroads here where this is either going to manifest or you're going to purge it forever. So let me get you an oracle card. Pulling for Leo. Pulling for Leo. Whatever that is, it flew into the fire. All right, it says family. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel at peace. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Leo, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you are love, and namaste.